What's up, everybody? It's Zuko. Today we're gonna be talking about a dribble tutorial. Bruh. What do you want, bruh? Anyways, we're gonna be talking about a dribble tutorial. Uh, there are a few dribble styles that you can use. Kyrie Irving is the one that I'm using now because I actually dribble with I do speed boost off my right stick. If you don't really do that, Magic Johnson is really good as well. Pro is really good as well too. There's only one weakness to Magic Johnson, but you can kind of play the game without it. So like, I'll just go ahead and show it with Magic Johnson first. But I use Kyrie Irving. The signature size up that I use Baron Davis because he's very fast. And he also works really well. But if you have access to Steve Francis or Trey Young, those are some really good ones as well. But if you don't have access to any of those, then another good one is Tracy McGrady. He's slow, but he's like the best that you can get. De'Aaron Fox is alright. He's too slow. I wouldn't recommend using him for what you're looking for. Uh, he's just too slow. Regular breakdown, you're gonna have to use De'Aaron Fox. He's like the only one that you want to use. Aggressive breakdown, you have to use Ja Morant. Ja Morant is the best in the game. If you aren't using that, it's kind of whatever. Escape moves, you're gonna have to use Kemba Walker or Trey Young. But if you're on a build that doesn't get that, then Chris Paul is a good one. Ja Morant's too slow. Uh, this one is like decent. If you wanted to use this one, you could. Jimmy Butler's okay as well. I just feel like they're all too slow. If you're going to use anything, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant. So I'll just put on Kevin Durant to show you him as well. Combo moves, I only use De'Aaron Fox. James Harden, Zach LaVine, and Ja Morant, they all kind of do the same thing, but you can get stolen out of those pretty easily, so I don't use it. De'Aaron Fox allows for you to kind of create a lot of side movement, if that makes sense, so that's why I use him. Um, I just feel like it's quicker and it's immediate. There's no hitch in it. Crossover, you have to use John Wall, or if you have the better one, which is Kobe Bryant, definitely use that one. We'll talk about that one. Behind the back, Jamal Murray. You can't use anything else. Spin, I should use LaMelo Ball because there's no hitch and it goes immediately into it. And I've actually been able to like do this whenever like I've had locks on me who are giving me body contact, and I was able to get out of the body contact with this, and I don't have physical handlers on, so I like the LaMelo Ball. Hesitation, I will only use John Morant. We'll talk about that in a bit. Step back, John Wall, only him. We'll talk about him too. So let's get honestly straight into it. Let's hop into it. I'm gonna go into team practice facility so that way we can not have to worry about stamina. Either him or the Brickley's gym, they both kind of do the same thing. All right, cool. Um, so just to get started, so let's say you do like uh like cross moves, right? These are all like crossover moves, right? So these are all cool, right? You can kind of go crazy with these. You can kind of do what you want to do. Cool. Um, the first thing that I'm gonna go over is like your cross. So this is the Baron cross. It's just basically flick your right stick to the right. Gives you this basic move. If Since I'm using Magic Johnson, as you can see, I'm getting this animation here. This is the only weakness to the Magic Johnson one, right? See how you get this? That's basically the little speed boost, right? It sucks, right? Now, you do that same cross, but you go the other way, right? And all that I'm doing is I'm literally like doing the move, and then once I do it, I'm literally RT and then left like this. Whenever you're doing these moves, you don't want to go to the like side or behind you. You want to go like towards the rim, if that makes sense. Like, but like not towards the rim, if that makes sense. Like that. So like basically like diagonally left. So not diagonally up to the left, more like just diagonally left. And you'll get that animation, right? That's the Magic Johnson move. You can actually play completely off of this move, right? Alone. Like that move is pretty good at creating like some shots. The only problem is you can only go one way. Now there's a way to make this to where you can go the other way. So for example, these are all universal speed boosts if you have the ball handle for it. if you do the hesitation escape move, right? So that's a hesitation escape, and then you speed boost out of it just by again you have to hold your hold on. As you can see, if you do it immediately, you'll be able to speed boost immediately out of it and get that animation there. So that's a good one, right? This also works for like between the legs. I mean that's a between the leg one. Um, and also if you do it off like between the legs like this, you can still get that same animation. Also, if you do it from behind the back, uh, you can't get that animation, right? So yeah. But if you do it off this behind the back right here, you can, right? So yeah, that's the quicker one. So um, there's variations of escape move speed boost. But the biggest weakness to Magic Johnson is that you can only do that. You can't go this way. But if instead of you going like this, if you do the escape the move one, which wasted the one with the RT, like that. Hold on. You can speed boost out of it, so it allows for you to do it. Same thing here. You can do a hesitation speed boost with the Magic Johnson. You just have to do it from the escape move. It can't be from the regular crossover because it's going to give you that slow one right there. So this is good because it allows for you to also do stuff like this, right? Hold on. That one, right? So Magic Johnson is good. Like you just have to know how to use it, right? So like as you can see, you can do that from that, and that's really really powerful. Um, so you have like a good bit of options from that. So Magic Johnson is not bad at all. You can even like do like this, right? Hold on. You can still speed boost out of that move, right? And you can even do the early one, as you can see, right? That's the early one, or you can like let it sit and then speed boost after, right? So like you can still speed boost with the Magic Johnson going the same way as the ball hand. You just have to know like how to do it, right? So like as you can see, I can still speed boost this way, so it's not bad. Like these are universal speed moves. So I just wanted to make sure I showed this with the Magic Johnson one first, so that way you guys know what's up. Uh, so you know that you can still speed boost from these, right? So it's not like you can't, speed boost with the Magic Johnson going that way. Once you learn how to do that, you're gonna be pretty good. Even with that knowledge, I still don't use the Magic Johnson just because of the fact that I just don't think it's that good. But that's me. Uh, you want to use something else, then go ahead. Um, but the only ones that you're gonna be using dribble style wise is Magic Johnson, Kyrie Irving, or Pro. Those are only the three. Those are the only three that are good. Um, so I'm gonna just go ahead and switch back to my stuff. I'm gonna go here and then escape moves, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on Chris Paul. Cool. All right. So now since we have that out of the way, um, those moves that I just showed you are like the basic speed boosts. Like you literally do those for a few seconds, and you're gonna learn how to like get them done. Basically, what you're doing is you're literally just doing like a hesitation cross or an escape cross. So I'm holding the RT and I'm flicking my right stick to the opposite side, and then I'm literally just doing a speed boost. I'm literally just holding my left trigger, not left trigger, my left stick after that in order to do that. Uh, Same thing here, right? These are all like universal speed boosts that you can do, right? With the character. So immediately the moment this is me doing a right stick hesitation, but an escape move, uh, and except I don't let this animation play out. I immediately cancel it with left stick movement, like that, right? So that's very very good because you can kind of do like some crazy speed boosts with that. Same thing with the between the leg. You can do the same thing, right? Like that, right? Um, which is cool. Now, those are the ones where you let the animation play out. Now, as you can see, Kyrie Irving one, that's the Kyrie Irving like actual move. This is the reason why I have Kyrie Irving because it allows for me to get that animation there. That animation alone is the reason why I use Kyrie Irving, right? So it's very good in that regard, because you can get out of it pretty quick. And we're going to be talking about quick stops, all that stuff. This is going to be a very, detailed video. Anyways, so as you can see, you got like pretty good options with this. Now, these are the slower like inputs. If you do the inputs quicker, so this is the cross input, basically done quicker. Notice how you're gonna get the little outdated speed boost animation, right? That move, no one ever uses that anymore. Okay, whatever he's doing, bro. Anyways, no one ever uses that animation anymore. No one uses that. That's outdated. Like, we don't ever use that. That's trash. Um, Same thing for the between the leg. The between the leg one is actually pretty good. That one right there. The problem is it's not really used for speed boosting. It's more used for like change of directions, because you can like combo it immediately into other things. So like, hold on, like that, right? That's mainly what it's used for. As you can see, like, you can kind of go crazy with that, right? It's mainly used for that kind of thing. It's like misdirection. You don't really use it for anything else other than that, right? Right, like that. That's the main usage of it. I mainly use it if I put the ball here to the pincher's. Let's say I'm sitting at the top of the key and I put the ball to the pincher's hand and I want to get the ball away from them really, really quick. I don't know why he keeps doing that. Anyways, I'll do that. So that way I can like switch ball hands really quick, right? It's just a very good way to do that, and then you can like get it out of there. But there's better ways to do that. You can do it like that too. We'll talk about all of these options. Um, so as you can see, like these are all your quick ones, but your quicker behind the back is going to be looking like that, right? Depending on what animations you're using, but these animations are kind of like whatever. Like, I don't really see like a purpose of ever using any of these. Like that animation is kind of mid. Like, there's really not a usage for that, right? There's like, that doesn't do anything, right? Like, so yeah, I don't really see a point of using that. But if you want to, then you can. I only would use this one, right? The basically the quicker between the leg. I mean, you could use this one if you wanted to, because you can like kind of do like that with it, but it's just not as fast as it used to be, right? It's just an animation now. It doesn't actually create a speed boost, right? It's just not good. But yeah, that's basically the quicker versions of those escape moves. You also have just your regular between the legs, behind the back, and cross. If you speed boost out of these with the Kyrie Irving, this is where Magic Johnson can't do this, right? As you can see, I can keep doing that over and over again. And the way to make sure that you never get this animation here, hold on. To make sure you never get that, you don't ever you don't ever use your left stick to go like this. You don't go like that. You're actually always going like this. You're going more like diagonally forward to that side, right? And you see, if you keep going diagonally forward, notice how you're go towards the rim, right? But after you do diagonally forward, if you go to the then you go like to the side, notice how you won't go that way anymore, right? So like, and then I go left, right? So I'm going diagonally left forward and then back left, right? And then it'll allow for me to where I don't go like this, right? But instead I'll go diagonally forward and then I'll go left at the end, right? It allows for you to keep your spacing right, so that way you can do something like that, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. In order to make sure that you're always getting this, especially let's say if you do it off of something like this, if you want to make sure you get that and not this, hold on, that if you want to make sure you get the other one and not that one, right? You got to make sure that when you do it, you're going like diagonally towards the rim, right? So that way you can then like change your direction after you do it. So that's the reason why I am running Kyrie Irving, is because it allows for me to do that, right? Cool. So that's that, and you can do this all between the legs, right? So if you do between the legs, you can do it. You can do it behind the backs, all kind of stuff. Cool. So that's that. The next move that we have is our behind the back. This is the Jamal Murray one. This is the best move in the game as far as like behind the backs. This creates so much space. It's honestly just free, especially if you combo it up with a cross into that, like so. As you can see, like, you can just kind of go crazy with that. Then you have the basic. That's me using the right trigger and doing like a behind the back, by the way. So behind the back and then down, right? Also, cross into a behind the back is cool, but then you have like RT and then down, and it's giving you this move. You have the John Wall step back on that move right here. This move can't get stolen. If you do this dribble move, you can't get the ball stolen. Same thing with these here. We'll talk about those in a second, but this can get stolen. Those dribble moves can get stolen. So like you got to be careful with these. But these are still good dribble moves that you can do to kind of create yourself some spacing that you're going to need in order to make sure you're still deadly, right? So yeah. And in order to get these animations that you're seeing right now, this is basically me just using my left stick after. So I'm like doing a hesitation, and then I'm just driving to the left, right? That's it. I'm doing this hesitation. I'm just doing left stick this way. That's it. So it's like literally doing it and then left stick that way, and it's giving me these animations like that, right? And same thing for like if you do it for the behind the back, the step back, right? And you just go left stick forward, you can keep doing that over and over again. So yeah, that's like how you do that like that. So like these are very like easy animations that you can kind of do, and I'm not holding my right trigger whenever I do this, by the way. It's just straight up left stick. So I do it left stick forward. So yeah, that's kind of like how that works. And once you get the left stick movement right, you'll be able to get that pretty quick. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right there to make that happen. Um, so we went over the John Wall step back. We went over the Jamal Murray behind the back. We went over the escape move cross. And now let's talk about the Ja Morant hesitation. So this is basically the hesitation. So the ball hands in the left hand or whatever, whichever the ball hand, you flick to that ball hand while holding RT, and it'll give you this animation here. This animation is very, very good because, again, you can immediately speed boost out of it, right, like that, or you can like wait, speed boost out of it again, or you can like get the medium area and then speed boost out of it again. So this is a very good animation, but it also creates a lot of space, so that way you can just shoot immediately off of that. And you can also just like whenever you want, like immediately cancel that out. We'll talk about how to do cancels and stuff like that in a second. But yeah, as you can see, like you can immediately like kind of go crazy with that sort of hesitation. So we'll talk more about the Ja Morant hesitation in a bit. But anyway, so that's all of those, right? So let's talk about another move that you're going to need to learn. Let's say if you're driving. If you do this move here, this is basically anytime you're running, just pull the ball backwards to away from the ball hand to like basically like as if you're doing it behind the back, right? Literally like the motions of doing it behind the back, except you're not holding RT. You let go of everything and then do it behind the back. So literally do this, do it behind the back with the left stick though, not the right stick. So you're doing and then do a left stick behind the back, and that'll give you this quick stop. Now this is very good because if you do this, hold on, you can combo off it like that, and that's basically me like doing this driving with the left stick like how we talked about, right? Hold on, bruh. Give me a sec. I'm tripping. That's a tragedy, bruh. Okay, it's not working right now. I'm kind of inputting trash right now. Bruh. I'm so not used to the latency of like, there we go. There we go. So as you can see, like I'm getting a lot of inputs to kind of like basically be what I want them to be, and that's kind of like what you're looking for. So yeah, cool. Anyways, so that's basically that. Now let's talk about like how to basically make things combo. So the first thing that we're gonna go over is like left stick canceling. If you try to do it off of these like your regular combo moves, they just won't work. Not left stick canceling. LT canceling. If you try to do it off of like these regular dribble moves, it's not gonna work. It just won't work. You have to do it off of your escape moves. It'll work better like that, like that, as you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the same move and I'm driving off of it, like how we first just talked about, right? I'm doing that, except after I do that, I'm basically canceling it with the behind the back, but I'm pressing LT while I'm doing it. So basically what I'm doing is I'll do this. The moment I start driving this way, I'm holding LT and I'm immediately putting in a behind the back. So like that. And it'll allow for you to cancel out of it, as you can see, right? So, and it'll cancel out of it like much faster. But you see how whenever I do it off the regular crossover and I'll try to do it, it doesn't work as well. And that's because these dribble moves are so fast. So like I would just say do it off of the bro, what the heck? Oh, it is animations anyways. I would say don't do it off of your regular crossovers because the timing for it is so strict that it's not actually going to allow for you to create any space off of it, as you can see. So like if you have a quick like move like that, it's not going to allow for you to create space off of that, right? So like as you can see, it's not going to allow for you to create enough space. So that's why we do it off of this, our escape moves, because it allows for us to basically cancel out of that, right? So escape move, then behind the back. Escape move, behind the back. I messed it up there. I messed it up again. That works too. You can also do it off of the drive like this. So let's say you do this and you drive off of that. You can do it like that too. So you can do it like that. The only thing is like these moves have to be like very quick. Like you can't like sit on them. Like that's the reason why most people do it off of this move here. The escape cross or the between the leg, because the animation allows for you to cancel out of it like quite quickly. But you can also do this off of as you can see, you can do it off of that as well, where you like drive. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. I did it too fast. I'm trying to get it once. I always do it too fast. Like I honestly don't think this that little speed boosting that everyone's like freaking out about is too good. Like because you can still get the same movement from doing like this. Because you can still like always like as long as you have this in your bag, that there's no need to do the other one because you can always just like immediately go into whatever from that, right? Because you can like cancel it immediately into that, right? And whatever, right? So like I don't see the whole point in everyone like raving about basically you do this and you drive or you press LT, you do this and you drive and you press LT. I don't think it's that good. I mean, I feel like it is like decent, you know, but I just feel like I don't think it's that good, honestly. Um because you can still get like the same motion that you would normally get from just doing this. Just by actually doing that. Oh, I messed it up. But you can get the same like effect with the Jamal Murray behind the back, which I feel like is easier. Instead of doing all the like the longer winded ones. And the reason why I say I wouldn't do it is because like those moves, like this move can get stolen pretty easily. That move gets stolen, right? So if you're doing that in front of a defenders or you're going to the pincher's ball hand, I mean to the pincher's reach, you're getting that stolen. So all you really need in your arsenal is that right there. And remember how I talked about how this animation can't get stolen? If you feel like someone's going to like try to reach on you for doing that, you can always just do that, take the ball away from their hand like that, right? And we'll talk about how to do that in a second. But you can always just take the ball away from their hand and do something like that, right? So you really don't need to like do that other move, right? all you really need is this. And then hold on, let me see if I can get it once. That right there, that's all you really need, because this can't get stolen. So let's say you do that and you go into that, that's the same thing as the Jamal Murray behind the back, except that can't get stolen, because this is a little bit more susceptible. Hold on. This is a little bit more susceptible to a steal, because it has a little bit more like air time, if that makes sense, for the space that you're creating. So someone can kind of read that and pinch you. But if you do it like off of this, right? Hold on, I messed that up. If you do it off of that, that can't be stolen. You can combo off of that pretty quickly as well. So like you have a lot of options to work with there. But now let's talk about a few more other moves. So like you also have your regular breakdown. It creates this little walk back. I only really use it for like basically like resetting. Let's say if you feel like you're a little bit further away or whatever. You can like use it as like a, okay, I want to take a step back, whatever. You can use it in that regard. But I don't even use it like that. I use it mainly for the stop that I'm looking for. We'll talk about that in a second. But then you have your aggressive breakdown, the Ja Morant. This move is good because you can actually combo this with this over and over again. So this is basically me just going, I'm holding RT, I'm going right stick up, right stick down, right stick up, right stick down, right stick up, right stick down, right stick up, right stick down. And this is very good. But you can also do right stick up, right stick to the right, right? Or right stick up, right stick to the right, right? Right stick up, right stick to the right. And then you can combo that into a behind the back if you wanted to. Or you could do right stick up, hold on, right stick up, and then go into misdirection one. So the ones that you keep seeing me do, how do you do those? So basically you're gonna be doing let's say if you're trying to do a misdirection cross, you're gonna do a cross and you're gonna basically bring your left stick the other way. So basically do the same thing as this, except after you do it, your left stick's gonna be going the other way. So it's like basically misdirection. Wherever your right stick goes, your left stick is going the opposite, literally. And you can do that for behind the backs too. You can do that for between the legs. So yeah, that's those moves. These moves are pretty good because it allows for you to kind of basically like play games with the defenders who are trying to basically rip you. So if someone's trying to rip you and you feel like they're gonna swipe, the best way to make someone reach and then like be scared to reach is to literally like do that. Doing those moves is very good. So yeah, cool. So those are pretty much all of those moves that we talked about. Now let's talk about how to put them together to make it work. But actually I'll do that last, so that way we can go over combos later. Let's talk about like some very like quick ways to get yourself open. So let's say you're driving and we talked about this, right? That's a free easy strap, right? So let's say you do that. Stop. That's an easy strap. That's a very good way to crab people. What the heck? That said late. There we go. I was about to say, boy, don't do me like that. Anyways, yeah. So like that's a very good way to just drive, stop, and then immediately go into your strap, right? Another thing that I have found. Let's say if you're driving to the left, and if you have the animation that I have on, if you do that right stick up, you're gonna be able to get this little like walk back step. So let's say you're doing this move, right? So let's say this move is good, right? Because you drive, people have to respect, because you have three ways that you can drive. So for example, you can drive in, right? And that gives you know the spacing to do that, but people are going to play that for the body contact. You can drive for the fade here, right? So they're going to have to actually slide over, or the pinch players are going to have to like play that if they're in 2-3 zone or whatever. Or you can like, hold on, you can like play for the mid range, right? I mean, you can play for the 3 right here, right? Right here. So you can, there's many different ways that you can like use this, right? And it's all based off of how you put your left stick after you do the immediate drive. But as we all know, like you can do that into the behind the back, right? That we talked about, right? So like you have this immediately into the behind. Hold on, I'm tripping. You have that immediately to the behind the back, right? So you have so many options just off of this hesitation cross alone, right? So because you have that, the one that they're gonna respect the least is if you just do this. Hold on. You also have that too, but if you do that, and then, bro, hold on. Let me get right. Let me get right. If you drive, bro, and you do that, right? So the way that it works is, after you see yourself driving, right? You just basically hold RT and right stick up, right? So after you drive, and you're going to do this little step back, like quick stop, and this works from every direction as long as you're moving, like that, right? You see that little step that it takes back? This is very good at creating space, uh, from people who are like expecting you not to like move, right? So let's say you're doing something crazy and you do that step back. That little step back is enough to where it'll give you just enough space to actually like green something. Like right there, like just that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just that little extra space that you're looking for. So this is very, very good in the fact of like it just creates that quick stop and it allows for you to like shoot off that. And that little step back that it does, that little step back, that's enough to create just enough space and it goes immediately into your shot. So there's no shot variance that you have to worry about. It's the same shot that you always known. So that's very good. But you use this anywhere, right? You can even use this like, let's say if you're driving somewhat forward, it'll kind of do like a quick stop as well. But anytime you're driving forward, your best bet is to just do the behind the back with the left stick. Hold on, I'll try to actually get it to happen here. That's your best bet. But if you're going to the side, do that little right stick up with the RT button, the turbo, and that'll allow for you to basically get that animation. And that's the reason why I use the animations that I use, because that allows for you to literally like stop on a dime and then immediately go into a shot, and it's going to step you back a little bit too. So that's honestly really, really good. As you can see, like that's a very, very good animation. Like that's honestly like so good, you have to abuse that. So anyways, moving on. The next thing that we're going to talk about before we get into combos is going to be like if you're driving a little bit away from the basket, you have this John Wall step back that is very, very nasty. Now I've never seen anyone actually weaponize this, but I'm gonna show you how to weaponize this. So, and how to make it something that you can actually fish for in a game. So like this basically makes it where you never have to shoot space creator shots, because the goal is, especially if you're using Magic Johnson. Again, if you, this is, let's say if this was Magic Johnson, you can immediately go into that from the Magic Johnson, right? So let's say you're here, you can immediately go into that from the Magic Johnson. Now you might be saying, well, this move's never going to be good because of the fact that like you, let's say you're here, or let's say you're on the 3-point line, and you, hold on, that was a mess up. You're on the 3-point line, you do it. You have to take that last step before you can actually shoot off that, right? So why would that ever be good? Well, same thing here. If you do that into a quick stop, flick up on the right stick, you don't have to hold RT on that one. You could just actually flick up. You can immediately stop that animation on that first go, right? Like so, and then immediately go into your strap from there. And as you can see, that's a very quick shot. Now, you can do that anywhere, right? So you can do that from here and immediately go into your strap. So this is basically your space creator. This is basically like you're driving, right? There's no need for you to ever like, let's say there's no need for you to ever do that, right? Because this is slow as heck and it doesn't create as much space as the John Wall does. So you might as well just simply do this, go across, hold on, there we go, and then go into your strap, right? Now I wouldn't be doing this in a corner because you're gonna get out of bounds. But a good way to use it if you're in the corner, if the ball's in the this hand, if you do this move here and you drive, it'll always give you the John Wall step back from here if you drive. Always. Hold on, let me get right. Bruh. That's because I'm not holding my RT. There we go. Bruh. There we go. Straight into a strap. So that's a very, very good way to get yourself a nice clean shot without having to sacrifice, too much, right? Immediately into a strap. And that's not too deep to where like you can't make that shot. So this is a very like, nice, easy way to kind of get yourself a easy strap, right? Um, and since people are gonna have to respect the mid range right there, that's a very easy way to get yourself open right there. And you just basically you're running away from the basket a little bit. You flick down to get the step back, right? And then you flick up and immediately go into your shot. And it'll give you that. That's a very, very good way to. It basically eliminates the need to actually ever do like stuff like this, right? Because that's not going to create as much space as it would if you did this. So yeah, um, it's also a universal way to make sure that you're not using, because some of these hop shots don't have like big enough green windows or like enough like challenge reduction to make it useful. So this is just a way to where you can always make sure you're getting the same shot, so that way you don't have any shot variance. You don't have to learn different timings. You just do this, and that's a strap. So cool. That's that. Um, Next thing we're going to talk about before we get into the thick of things is, let's say you're speed boosting or whatever you're running. If you do, bruh, I swear to God, bro, anytime you record, everything wants to go wrong. This move right here, that's the crossover. This crossover is so good because you can actually use this to go to the 3-point line. It's kind of like, think of it like the Magic Johnson crossover, except you're doing it while you're moving, right? You can use it to go here, like that, or you can just use it to get to the rim. So let's say you do something like this, right? Right? You can just use it like that to create like some side momentum to basically like create a shot, right? Now the cool thing about this is if you and that's basically me just doing a crossover, right? So let's say I do this, I speed boost, I do that, right? I can go like this, speed boost, right? As you can see, you can just throw that out and you're able to create so much space. Now this move is very vulnerable to steals, right? So you have to be very careful with that, right? But if you do it in the correct format, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself the open shot, right? Now you can actually do it to where you don't go as far. Bruh, what are we doing? Bruh, what are we doing? You can actually do it to where you don't go as far like forward. You can or as far as to the other side. So let's say you do it, and you just, as you can see, if you keep going in the same way, you can just use it for a speed boost like that. As you can see, if you keep going in the way that you were originally dribbling, you do it. Hold on. As you can see, it'll just speed boost you without you having to change your direction. So that's actually very important to note. So that way, if you ever wanted to like speed boost and keep going this way, but just boost yourself to the other side instead of using a turbo, that's a way to do so. So that's very good. But also you can actually use this for like quick stops as well. Hold on. So anytime, again, like I said, anytime you're going towards the rim, the best way to stop is to do the little left stick behind the back, pretty much. Let me see if I can get it right. God dang. Bruh. I'll just do it from out here, bro. And you can do it like that, right? So you do the move and then you immediately do the quick stop. The way that it works is if you're driving, basically you're going to have to go to the opposite hand that you just did the crossover from. Bruh. I'm okay. I'll just do it with speed boost because it's obviously not trying to allow for me to do it. I'll just do it like this, and then you could do a quick stop right there if you wanted to. But for the most part, I would say if you're gonna do this move, like I would only use it as a way to like kind of shoot a dribble pull up, or keep running to the 3-point line, or like use it as like a way to like get yourself open for a layup or a dunk. Because the amount of momentum that you create, right? You're better off just shooting like keeping that momentum going and then shooting something off of that. Because if you try to do a quick stop, like it just doesn't flow as smooth from it, but you still can, right? It's just like that move right there. The amount of time it takes for you to stop that, you're better off just shooting the dribble pull up from the speed that you just created from that, right? Because that's much quicker. So I would say only use it in that kind of format, just because, like, it's gonna be a little bit better if you use it, use that speed that you just gained from it. But it's honestly one of the best moves in the game. And if you combine it with other moves, like you can actually kind of go crazy with that move, right? Like so. Um, cool. So that's basically that move. Now let's talk about like combos and ways to kind of mix all of this stuff up together to where you can get yourself to be a walking bucket, but also like when to use what. So first things first is if you're gonna do it behind the back, you can just drive forward with the left stick, right? And you'll get that animation, right? And you can kind of like hold on, let me get right. As you can see, you can kind of like basically kind of get crazy with that, right? So yeah, that move right there. Once you get used to that, you can actually kind of like start doing stuff like this. It's kind of like a pseudo Magic Johnson, but basically the way to make that happen is you're going like, bruh, bruh. Sometimes it'll just like weird out like that. That's why I don't like doing left stick dribbles. But what I'm doing is I'm literally not holding RT, and I'm literally just going like across, right? So I'm basically going diagonally up to the opposite ball hand, like that, right? Now you can actually do the quick stop from here again, so you can like double left stick dribble with it. Hold on, hold on, like that, and then you can go into behind the back or something like that, and that could be cool. But that's too many left stick dribbles. You're gonna get stolen from that. But if you wanted to do that, you know you can. But if you wanted to drive off of that, you can actually like do that, or like go into behind the back and then like try to drive off of that, and that makes that pretty effective. Um, but anytime, let's say you're driving off of something like this, and you do a quick stop, right? So let's say you drive off of this, you do a quick stop, and then you go into your behind the back or something like that. That's actually pretty good. Or if you drive like this, do a quick. Hold on. If you drive like this, do a quick stop. Hold on. Drive like this, do a quick stop. Instead of doing the behind the back, which is susceptible to steals, you can like do like this, drive off of it. Hold on. And instead of doing that behind the back, you can just do the other one like this. Hold on. That was not what I meant to do. But say do it like that. I'm trying to do the other one, but it's not doing it for some reason. That you can do that, so that way you don't you can't be stolen. Cool. Um Anytime you're driving off of like a crossover move, right, and you're doing something like that, like you can obviously you can like if you're driving and you're doing something like that, you can just switch angles again whenever you want, right? But the thing that I find that's best to do is to immediately do that and then go into whatever. So like if you're driving, just do it behind the between the leg or whatever, or flick up. So like let's say you're driving, immediately flick up, so that way you can like cancel out of that animation, right? So let's say you're doing this, flicking up allows for you to immediately, you know, do whatever, right? And this is very good because this allows for you to kind of, and this is why I use the hesitation that I use, because this hesitation is hella good at just like, because these are all shots, right? Also, if you want to make sure that that animation doesn't happen, with the that right here, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. It's doing a weird one. Anyways, if you want to make sure that this doesn't happen right there, and you want to speed boost out of it, or you want to just do a cross and then drive off of it, or you can do it and then do the behind the back and then drive off of it, or you can do this and then drive off of it. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. And remember, anytime you get that one, right, and you drive, you want to get the strap, just do that, right? So you should be able to be effective from both ways. You just kind of decide which one you want to use it off of. Or if you want to, you can just do the regular cross and then shoot off of it like so as well. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do shots off of the Ja Morant thing, but I mainly use it like this, so that way I can get the strap. That quick stop allows for me to really like 3-point shot hunt like crazy, because again, I do this, switch directions. And as you can see, I'm able to go crazy. Now, off this step back, the regular step back, if you have Magic Johnson on, you can just kind of speed boost out of that, or you can do it that way too. So you should be able to go both ways, but you have to actually play this animation out. So it is actually pretty good, because you can like quick stop into it like that, and that's good. So you have like quite a few options off of the regular step back instead of always using this one here. But this one is just so fast, like you can honestly do whatever. So yeah, like you kind of want to use this one just because you can like go a little bit better off of this into other things, right? So cool. So that's more of your zigzaggy stuff. Another thing that you have is you can do this straight into hold on, straight into that, because this is like gonna create you a lot of movement here, and then going back into this, you basically just brought someone from pincher to non-pinch, so they're gonna have to like decide which one. Sometimes you can just catch people sleeping with this and then go immediately into the strap as well. Another thing that you can do is you can do this and immediately go into you can do this and immediately you can do this and immediately go into that, right? Or if it's gonna let me, it's not gonna let me. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do this. It's still not gonna let me. Oh well, whatever. Anyways, another thing that you can do is you can just like immediately go into it and then switch it, right? So you can immediately cancel that. But I will always recommend that you switch it. But if you wait too long, you're gonna get this little dumb animation for some reason. So anytime you think you're gonna get that animation, I just like drive off of it. I use my left stick. If you feel like you're gonna like get some cheesy animation, and then do the left stick, so that way you can immediately like get out of that move. So yeah, I mainly use it for like this, hold on, this right here, or I'll like actually sit it out and then like do the behind the back last second, or I'll do it and I'll immediately drive off of it like so. Hold on, like that, or you can actually like sit that animation out and do it like that, or you can just simply drive off it like this. But I like to use it like that, like this, then drive and then go into behind the back or something like that. So that's what I mainly use it for, just because they have to be afraid of the hesitation space, because this is creating so much backward space to the side that it's going to, that like they actually have to respect that, because if they like are expecting this, they're gonna get caught. If they're expecting that drive, they're gonna get caught, right? If they're expecting the forward drive, they're gonna get caught. And then on top of that, you have this. Hold on, that's not what I meant to do, but we take that too. If they're expecting, if they're respecting that, and you get the step back, right, and you go for that strap, that's so much stuff that they have to respect that it's just way too much to think about. So like just doing this neutral is actually gonna get you a shot. And this is all stuff that works without you having to like get too far to the pincher side, right? So like let's basically pretend that someone's in 2-3 zone. So you have a guy guarding you here, you got a guy pinching you here, right? And then you have a guy over here. Well, your goal to break the 2-3 zone is actually to play right at the top of the key, because you want to work right here, right? Because it forces everything else to be open, right? If you work right here, this allows for you to do this and get a strap, right? So you want to work in this kind of top of the key area, because this allows for you to do all of your best work. So again, let's say if you want to like kind of, make a move here. If you do this, notice how you're still going to be able to get a 3 off. You're not you're moving towards the pincher's side, but the ball's away from the pincher, so he can't steal this, and nor can the defender in front of you steal it either, right? So then you can even do it behind the back if you wanted to create more space to actually shoot that right there. So these are like some very good moves that you have in order to like basically do this. And the reason why I like this so much is because you can do that, and then because of this animation, right? I wouldn't do the cross version because the cross version is going to get you kind of caught like that. That's going to get you caught. Don't do that one. Do the behind the back version. So you do this move, right? You can drive here, right? Or you can simply shoot this, right? And that's a strap. So they have to respect that. Or you can actually go ahead and go like this and then drive immediately and then go into that that actual like dunk. But so yeah, you have like a bunch of different options here. So like you can drive like that, right, and go into a dunk, or you can actually just simply like double move off of this, right, and then go like that, or you can do like this and then drive again, or you can do like this. Hold on, let me fix that up, and drive like that and go to the exact same positioning, right? So like you really have like all of the options that you need in order to like make sure that you're always being a threat without having to like put yourself into like harm's way, right? So you can literally do like that, right? Drive here, get a shot right here. There's so many areas that they have to cover without you being able to, you know, be stolen, right? So yeah, these are all very good things that you have to kind of get into your arsenal. But another thing that you can do is you can do like this and then to another behind the back, right? And that makes it very hard for you to get the ball stolen from. That's a very good move that you can do. But another thing that you can do is you can kind of like do like this, get someone to bite, right? Do it behind the back, or you can do this, right? Then get someone to bite, or you can do this, immediately do. Hold on, I messed that up. Do this, and then immediately go, bro. Immediately go into that, that right there. Right? Bro, why does it keep doing that? That's not even what I'm wanting. That right there, you can do that. And that allows for someone to kind of like, either they're going to respect this or they're going to respect that. That allows for you to kind of get that off or just shoot the strap right there. And this kind of opens up a lot for you. So just driving immediately into that, like even off the hesitation, straight into the drive, right? So like you have the hesitation. Straight into the strap like that, or you can do the hesitation immediately into the behind the back, or you can do the hesitation drive immediately into the that, right? So you have like quite a few options, right? Enough to where you can like actually like drive off of this. And again, all of these moves, they kind of like take you to the they kind of take you to the rim in a way. So like the fact that you have like the John Wall straight into the strap, that works in your favor because it allows for you to play up a little bit or play to like these kind of ranges to where like you can like move and then like still get your strap off, right? And so these are all shots. So it makes it very hard for you to kind of be guard via the the pinching style without you having to do too many dribble moves, because I hate when I see people doing all the dribble moves and they're just wasting so much stamina. Like you need to have your stamina, you know, available so that way you can like actually like shoot your shot. Like I'm not a fan of like doing dribble like you know whatever. Like you need to be able to like move, right? But you also need to be able to like be smart with your dribbles. A lot of people, they just dribble just to dribble and they end up losing all their stamina doing nothing. Like do a move and then bite. Like do a move and then like go with your move, because if you're not going with your move, then like you see what I'm saying? It's like if you're not going with your move and like constantly like forcing someone to be like aggressive with their defense or forcing them to bite, you're just dribbling for no reason. Like you have to dribble with purpose. Like if you're not dribbling with purpose, then like what are we doing? You get what I'm saying? Like it's like if you're not dribbling with purpose, then there's no point in actually like doing all this crazy stuff if you're not actually going to like try to actually score off of it. So those are a few of your combos there. Now, obviously, a simple one is just this one right here. This is good for screens. So let's say, you know, like you have someone that's like screening you on the left. You can do that and then bring it back and then shoot off of that. That's a really good way to do it. The only problem is, like, if they're playing 2-3 zone, you have to be at the top of the key to do this. And you have to be, like, right here. Because this is going to be, like, in a spot to where, like, they can't really pinch that, right? But if they're smart, then they won't even run 2-3. They'll just run, you know, 3-2 right there. Or they'll just play man and play screens. But this is really good because you can honestly just drive off of this as well. So that works very well for like how that's positioned. But if you want to make that a little bit safer, without having to, you know, like commit too much, you can do like this. Hold on. Hold on. You could do like that, so that way you can like still combo off of it, so you can shoot immediately from that, and you can also like drive a little bit more. You can play a little bit more because once you do this behind and back, you're kind of stuck for like a hot minute, and people can rip you. Like you can still like you can drive or whatever, right? But you can also like do something like this, right? You can kind of like move a little bit more. Like you can combo a little bit quicker. So I wouldn't recommend like you really ever going immediately into that because that ball is straight into the pincher. If they read that, you're out of there. So doing this, hold on. You can immediately drive off of that. You can get the, you know, mid range or whatever. You can immediately go into this. You can go into that if you want to, or you can even go into something like this. Hold on, if it's gonna let me do it. You can go into something like this. So that way you can shoot the strap right there so he can't push up, you know, too much. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. It's better to start it off with the Ja Morant because Ja Morant allows for you to kind of go a little bit crazier. You can even do that and then immediately speed boost in. Like there's so much more that you can do off of the Ja Morant instead of just doing that behind the back. So that's the reason why I say I wouldn't really recommend doing it. Just because of the fact that you're putting that ball right in the ball handler's like spot, right, and right in the stealer's spot, and they're just gonna rip you. So do it like this. If you wanted to, you can go like that. You can go crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much that. There are so many ways to like dribble in this game and like do combos, but I would definitely say one that you really need to have in your arsenal is the ability to do that. So like you drive and then LT cancel that. Oh, also I forgot another move. This one's kind of niche, but it's very good in its own right. So basically you just do a spin move and then you press your left stick backwards after. You can do the if you have Magic Johnson, this is very good because you can like do that and then immediately like do your cross from there, or you can drive off it this way and get a strap. Or you can like actually like combo immediately into other moves after this, right? Hold on, let me see if I can get right. Right? You can immediately combo into other moves after that. This is a very good move. Like you do that move, you're pretty good. So let's say you do right here. Right? You can just that's very, very good. So let's say you do like that. Then go that way. That's a strap, you know. So it's a little bit of a slower move, but it's good for like let's say if someone thinks that you're about to do like a spin move and then you step back, that's a strap as well. This is a very good move. Like put that in your arsenal much more. Especially if you're driving, you do like that, right? Instead of doing that and just driving, it'll take you back, right? And that's very good. But another reason why this is good is because you can actually combo that also with the John Wall step back. So let's say you do that into another one, and you can even drive off of that if you wanted to. So like you have like quite a few options here. So yeah, I would definitely go ahead and you know do that, but you can also mix that up with a few other things as well. You can even just immediately go straight into a drive from it, or let's say you wanted to get a better speed boost or whatever from it, you can even do like this and then drive like that, so that way you can get the one that you want. So like please use that much more. I don't see anyone ever using that. Right, and it's very good at just creating space. This is the move that I use whenever I'm like, I know someone's like a dribbler. I mean a stealer. Like they got steals on them. So like I'll do something like that, and then I'll do something like that, and then drive off of it. It's like a way to protect the ball from them type steal. So let's say I do something like that. You can go crazy with that. Cool. So that's pretty much all that I have for you guys for this dribble tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Literally, this is the one, bro. That move right there, please use that. That move is so good. Uh, Honestly, need to have that in your arsenal. That little step back is so good. Anyways, that's everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. Zuko, we out.